Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Empress Aries 888. My name is Tanya. Well, please like on the way in. It gives me an energetic donation to the channel, helps me tune into you. Flip the roles as you see fit. Take what resonates out of this reading and leave the rest, and let's call in spirit. Let's get this party started, shall we? Spirit guides and angels of your whitest light, please give me a clear message for the collective, one that brings healing, hope, and understanding of the situation. Protect me as I open myself up to channel these messages and protect my beautiful collective. Well, howdy, 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 howdy. We're going to do that clapping because I don't have my sound bowl. All right, clear the energy, spirit. Welcome to my channel. These are collective readings, as I mentioned. So they're not, astrological specific, but I do mention that because tarot and astrology do go together. And take what resonates, leave the rest. Flip the roles if you have to. I could be talking about your person, or instead of your person, I could be talking about you. And if it doesn't resonate, don't make it fit. And these are collective, so not collective, these are timeless readings. So anytime you tune in, there's a message, okay? Timeless, my friends. Like the penny that's being, the bad penny. Somebody's thinking about themselves as a bad penny. See the penny right here? You ever hear that saying? Find a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck. But if it's in the upright, right? Heads, tails. They're phasing out the penny. Oh, what's gonna happen? I don't know. We'll have to find out. The only thing you can count on is change, my friends. All right, so let's clear the energy here with the selenite stick. I still got that. There you go. Clear the energy. Clear it. There we go. All right. Somebody feels like problems seem to, like a bad penny, keep coming around over and over again. And they're wondering why they're always having problems. So let's get into it. Let's see what happens. And I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. For those that don't resonate with that, even if you do, I certainly thank you for this energy exchange, for showing up and tuning in. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. It seems like somebody's having a little attitude, and maybe justified sometimes, right? When we go through things in life, it kind of makes us bitter. It can overtake us if we let it. The point is we don't let it, right? Spirit, give me a message here. What is going on, my friends? Spirit, please and thank you. Okay, so something's about to backfire. A plan. Backlash. Something's going to happen here. Fire. Something's going to, what is it called? Go up in smoke. Something. A plan of somebody's. And it could have something to do with real estate or a home or a house. Yeah, whatever it is, it's going to go up in flames. Somebody's been burning bridges, so fire. I got the double fire, right? Something's going up in flames in a situation. And it could be an idea, it could be a plan, it could be a group of people, like a bad real estate deal. Let's get some smoke on the subject. Look at the energy, spirits. Oof. Bad intentions is what I'm hearing. Somebody is always getting involved with the wrong people. And then it's like afterwards, hindsight, wondering why things go wrong. That's what it is, basically. It's getting involved with the wrong person. The storm is coming. A storm is coming. But there's a butterfly here. Somebody is going up against somebody that's transforming. It could be you. They're messing with the wrong person, or maybe they're messing with the right person. Maybe controversies and problems are always coming at you because of outside forces. Now, we can't always blame outside forces for our bad choices, because we could be doing the wrong shit and saying the wrong things, or being involved with the wrong type of people, and that could be a problem too, right? Like, notice the candle here, the two candles. There's two candles here. One is clean, one is beautiful, and it's not brand new, mind you. But then there's one that's dirty, colored, right? It's tainted. It's next to this pure candle. And a lot of times when you're next to people that aren't that great, doing the right things, it can taint the perfect candle or the person. And like, one bad apple spoils the apple cart. And that could be what's happening here. When you hang around with the wrong type of people, it can taint you in a lot of ways. You can go down the wrong roads. But there could also be outside influences that are trying to guide you towards those wrong roads. You're not using your intuition, my friend. Yeah, Spirit, give me some more on this bad apple analogy. What's going on with this person that's always having bad luck? Something's coming in hot. There's a lot of flames in this reading today. A lot of flames. Could be like, what is it? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be a fire sign. It's saying here, karmic bonds, unresolved issues from past lives, unstable relationships, breaking the chains. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. When you're constantly involved in karmic situations and you don't break the chains, you're in unstable situations. This is why shit's happening to you. This is why things are burning up. This is why things are like, like hot in your life, and meaning bad, because, like, hot cannot necessarily always mean a good thing, right? Fire can warm you, but fire can burn you. That type of thing. Yes. Oh boy, look at this imprisonment. Imprisonment is here. Somebody could be bound to a situation where they can't move. Maybe a karmic lesson that they have to be stuck in for a while till they learn. Something's being hidden from you. Something you don't know about. Something you're trusting in. What is it, Spirit? What is this imprisonment about? Why is this person being imprisoned? For their own good is what I'm hearing. Maybe being kept away from a person you keep trying to get towards. Maybe somebody is being kept from you and you're wondering why. And it's for your own good, Spirit saying. Because maybe this person doesn't have good intentions. Deluded attachments, amen. This is what I'm talking about. You're up in the clouds about people and situations and friend groups and thinking that they're your friend and they're not. Or this is the right person and it's not. Your ancestors are trying to teach you something. Trying to maybe even prick your conscience. It says ancient teachings are illuminating the mind. Something you heard, like that saying, the bad penny. Maybe these type of sayings are like from an ancestor, but yeah, maybe an ancestor, from a person who's passed away, from a person who was in your life, a grandfather, grandmother, somebody that used to have a lot of sayings. All of a sudden, they're coming to your head. You're thinking about this person. It's because they're trying to talk to you in the 5D. Great fortune or big luck. You could be one of those people that gamble. You're trying to get rich quick. And it's like, that's not how it works. Yeah. And you're being financially strapped because of it. You're going through a lot of bad fortune. You're maybe owing people money because of it. Somebody has pure love for you. There's two bodies, one soul. That's usually the twin flame card. 9, completion. There's a completion of a cycle, maybe between the two twins, maybe a person that you had a real soul connection to, but you're not with that person anymore. 10:10 on the clock. It says, what I want wants me. So you're manifesting something. 8 could be important. The infinity sign is here. Energetic match to your heart's desire. So this could be somebody, a person that you're separated from. Maybe somebody that had sayings too. It could be not an ancestor, but an actual person who used to have like the sayings that you're thinking about this person when they come up with these. All of a sudden, a saying will come in your head that they used to say, and it reminds you of them. But you're separated from this person because you have toxic ways. You could be a gambler, and you gambled on the wrong situation and lost a person. Let me have a sip of coffee. If you have anything comforting, tea, coffee, iced coffee, drink it up. It's your choices, my friend. Afflictions, delusions, and suffering. You're putting yourself through this all the time. It's like almost like, what is the saying? Sucker for punishment. It's like you're always thinking you deserve something like that. Or you self-sabotage, or you fuck up a good thing because you feel like it's good, I better do that before they do it to me. I'll leave them before they leave me. You have that mentality, my friend. Courthouse, legal. Something could be in the court. You could have done something that you're in the courts for, something that you're suffering for legally. Hopefully not real prison. Oh boy, Spirit, what's going on with the courthouse? You could have lost somebody as far as legally. Hopefully not a child or a family, divorce. Because of your choices. I don't care. Boundaries, emotional detachment, lack of uninterest. You're acting like you don't care. So you lost a person. 12:14 is on the clock here. But because you're always doing shit. This is what I'm hearing. You are one of these kids that it'd be like, oh my God, they're tough to keep alive. They do the most. They're always doing something. Your mother was like, oh my God, I'm gonna pull my hair out with this kid. You lost a house, or you lost a home with somebody because of your whatever plans that you had backfired. You burned a bridge with a person. Yeah, butterfly. Somebody that was good to you. Something's coming in hot and it's not good. It's a karmic bond. So you chose to go with a karmic. It could have been a past life connection you had with this person, but it wasn't a good one. You're imprisoned by this person, maybe bamboozled by their charm. Something's hidden from you, the deception. You're deluding yourself into thinking this is the one. So you turn towards another person. Somebody's trying in the 5D, somebody that passed is trying to teach you something. Trying to help you to understand that not everything that's shiny is gold. Okay? Maybe you went towards somebody you thought would give you more money. Big luck. But you are a gambler, though. You gambled on something you lost, a twin flame, a pure love. What I want wants me. But you're not on your sole purpose at this point. Because imprisonment's here, courthouse, affliction, suffering, but you are self-inflicting this pain. And you're acting like you don't care. So maybe the person's divorced and you're asking, you're like, I don't give a shit about this person. Yeah, right. Who are you kidding here? Somebody needs to ascend. Okay? It's like, I guess for some people, they gotta hit rock bottom in order for them to climb back out. Maybe that's your mentality in life. Maybe that's the victim mentality, is something like you attach yourself to dirty offers or people that very easy to get in bed, perhaps, and you like the easy way. You don't want to work hard for something, and maybe there was somebody that was working hard for you and you just self-sabotaged it because you wanted something that was easier. Like you would have to work hard to be with this other person. I meant you would have to work hard to be with this person, and you were like, hell no, I want the easy way. Resilience is your superpower, suffering and thriving under harsh conditions. So you're used to this type of adaptability. You like the challenge of it. You like the feeling that you can rise like a phoenix from the ashes. But life ain't a game, my friend. And maybe you're approaching the situation as a game and you're getting burned. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Maybe you had a hard life growing up. Hard knock life. And maybe somebody said that about you, like a bad penny. Here he comes, he's turning up again. Or she. Don't get stuck on the he and the she. Use the they and the them if that works for you. Mindfulness, mind and body, meditation, tea time. You could be into tea. You could be into meditation, or you need to be. Somebody you know is into that, and maybe you thought that was foolish. But there's 73, and that's 10, completion. There's a completion of a situation here. And it could be this mindset of poor me, needs to go. Justice is coming here. There are people that play you like a fiddle. Okay? They play you with manipulations. They play you with maybe, charm. Let's go in this direction. And, it sounds better than where, the boredom sets in and you just want to run away from your problems or run away from the boredom. This shit's going to end. You can't fix them is here. So if this is the person that you are in love with, this person that goes through shiny things and always looking for the next big thing, maybe you decided to get rid of this person. You decided, I'm done with this. You're the butterfly. And they're like burning down the bridge of this relationship. And they're always off to the next adventure. Justice is coming for you because you can't change this person. They're bamboozled into thinking that this is a great life. They self-sabotage. They feel like shit about themselves. They're acting like they don't care. And you can't fix them. Okay? Humpty Dumpty is off the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. You need to let them fall. 17:17 on the clock. Okay? Maybe you're into tea and mindfulness. You're moving on. There's a completion of a cycle with a person that's like this. You are resilient. They're used to the pressure, being under the stress. They're used to this stuff. They could be a gambler too. They gambled on another relationship and basically screwed you over. And maybe you're done with that. Okay, maybe you don't care anymore. You're going to the courts, right? They put you into affliction and suffering. And what you want wants you, meaning you have to ascend. And whatever you are looking for, whether it's a relationship or happiness, it wants you to. And you got to believe that. This other person that needs to learn, they're not the one. They may be your twin flame. But this person's off to great fortunes. This person's looking for something that's going to give them money quick, 18 on the clock. But I feel like maybe their ancestors are trying to prick their conscience, but I think it could be you too. Somebody is teaching you that you need to move forward. It could be your ancestor. This could be a totally different, flip the roles. It's like from, victim to victory. There's no reason. Why me? You needed to learn this, my friend. If you're going through this, it's because you're making the wrong choices, honey. You're deluding yourself into attaching yourself to people that are toxic. That's what it is. That's what's hidden from you. You've been imprisoned in your own mind. You're always going towards karmic people that are going to inevitably screw you over or send you down the wrong path. And it's a constant thing because it's your mind attracting that. Maybe you're used to toxic people, but this person burnt down the bridge of your relationship and acted like whatever. And yeah, it's getting exposed. Their treachery. Yeah, they're looking for the next best thing in investments, investing in other things, financial growth, cash, good fortune. Money is coming to you, but you're not a cash cow for somebody else. And they're only here when it's a good time, not a long time, right? When the money's there, they come back again. When you're suffering, they're gone. Think about that. Yeah, cut through the confusion here. Exactly, cut through the confusion. I feel like your ancestors, your spirit guides are teaching you that this is not the right person. That this person is, I don't know about a player, but this person played you like a fiddle because they could see your scars like a mile away. And they weren't physical. They weren't physical. They were internal scars. The ones that they could trauma bond with. Make you feel like, yeah, I've gone through that same situation. And then they use it against you. 2020 on the clock. Sound familiar? But justice is here. You're no longer imprisoned by this person. This person's going to move forward with somebody else. This person's going to move on like they always do. And you're going to let them this time, and you're not going to chase after this person, beg for their attention. But once good times happen for you, once you start pulling away from this person, don't be surprised if there's a knock on the door or a text message or a phone call trying to get back in your good graces because you're doing better. This is an energy vampire. Yes. 7 of Pentacles is here. This is like reflecting. Maybe you're focusing more on the good times and not reality about what happened here. 7 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Cap. Maybe you're evaluating the situation. You've got to evaluate the situation. Yeah, 7 of Cups. This person has all kinds of choices, opportunities, and they move with the wind. Cups is Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. That you might have a lot of emotions for. 21 on the clock. I'm not denying that. But they're not the one, because if they were, you wouldn't be going through this heartbreak all the time. Yeah, it's happening through choices, my friend. You are aligning yourself with somebody that's toxic. Yes, that's what it is. The Chariot is moving in a forward direction for you, and you need to recognize that and let go. Let go of things that don't serve you and people that just screw you over. Yes. This person has deep wounds that you can't heal. They're used to the here, there, and the everywhere. They don't, their shoes don't, stay, I don't know, stay stuck for long. When they feel like they're trapped or they feel like they're bored, they move forward. It's an internal struggle that this person has. 22 on the clock. That has nothing to do with you, and you can't help them through this. This bad penny that keeps turning around over and over again. They need to learn. 9 of Cups. Your wishes are going to be granted. There's happiness beyond this person. There's fulfillment, there's contentment. I feel like you can breathe easier when you're not with this person. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. You don't want to believe that, but the Wheel of Fortune's here too to tell you that. Change is good in this situation. Destiny awaits and opportunities outside of this relationship, outside of the stuck energy. Maybe you felt in prison for a long time with this person, trying to save them, trying to help them, trying to build them up. You cannot build back better on a person who feels like crap. They have to build themselves better through trials, hardships, apparently. But like the pressure of a diamond, right? The pressure of a diamond goes through 23 on the clock. It's pressure. Eventually, this person is going to either break or they are going to transform. That's the only 2 things that's going to happen here, okay? Ace of Wands. There's new beginnings. Maybe that's something you manifested. And you're like, I didn't want to stop. Just because you didn't say it out of your mouth doesn't mean you didn't say it energetically inside. You didn't say it in your soul. You wanted out of the situation. Spirit is working that out for you. If things happen and endings happen and things don't go right in a situation, it's because they weren't meant to. Let's recognize this. Let's not make this out to be something greater than it was. Hindsight, right afterwards. It's like when a person passes away. God rest their soul, but all of a sudden they're a saint. When they were the devil in disguise, 24. Let's not disguise this as something greater than it was. This person was a taint, a stain in your life. This person made your life miserable. They put you under pressure and stress, made you feel less than because they did. They projected their misery onto you. And they're in and they're out. Let's cut through the crap here. You weren't happy. They were a bad penny in your life, turning up when the good times happened, when you came out of your stresses, when you were starting to breathe. Then all of a sudden, here they come again. When you'd make money, all of a sudden they show up. Any windfall you had, a new job where you were getting more money, here they come again, because this person's out for opportunities. They're not out for love. You disguised this as something that you wanted it to be. You molded it into something. You had this illusion that it was something more than it was. Five of Wands, all it was challenges, conflicts, struggle. That's all that happened when you were with this person. 25 on the clock. Wands is Aries, Leo, Sag. Right here, Ace of Swords. Let's cut through the bullshit. Let's get real. Let's get real. Move on from this person. Six of Swords is here. You're moving on. This person's relocating anyways. They found something else that's keeping them entertained right now. They're under the illusion that it's going to last, and they know, but they know realistically it's not, because they always have this mindset, if it doesn't work out, I can move on. I don't give a shit. That's how they feel. They felt that way in this situation. They're feeling like that in this other situation. Right now it's cool, but 10 of Swords. It's going to end. It's going to end because the moon is here. They're only deluding themselves. Yeah, they're only deluding themselves. 10 of Wands. This is the person who it's overburdened. High pressure all the time. Things they have to suffer in order to be happy. They really feel that way. They really do. And it's because of the way they grew up. Maybe in their family life, that's the way it was. It was always like stress and problems, and they feel like that's normal, until they get into a situation with somebody like you, then all of a sudden it's like, oh God, I'm going to sabotage it. I'm going to make them yell at me. I'm telling you right now, there are people like that. Ugh. Let's recognize, okay? 4 of Cups. I feel like, it's like you were restless in this connection. You really were. Maybe you emotionally withdrew. Maybe you wanted to act like everything was great when it wasn't. That's the way you are. You take on the pressure and you try to make it better. And it was like all it did was get worse for you. Death, it's an ending, my friend, because it was meant to. They restricted you. It was sometimes self-imposed. You felt like if I just try harder, and I understand that. I understand what it feels like when you love somebody and you try so hard, 27 o'clock, and you feel you need to go even harder because when you love hard, you try hard. But if that other person doesn't reciprocate, doesn't give a shit, just keeps breaking your heart, eventually you get the point. They're not for you. It's not going to work out no matter what you do because it wasn't meant to. 5 of Pentacles, hardships and financial losses. That's all that happened in this connection. You feel nostalgia about the memories. 6 of Cups, that's what keeps you going. But High Priestess, hello. Your intuition says it's over with. The Fool is here. New beginnings. You need to love yourself enough to let this person go. Yes, you do. Because there's better things out there for you. There is. There's better times. There's better people. There's a better situation, 28. Just around the river bend, when you can heal. I feel like the more away from this person, the less stress you feel and the better off you feel inside. And then nostalgia, maybe you have children with this person and it reminds you of them. And it kind of brings you back to, maybe I should work this out with this person. Maybe you understand the situation of their past, of their growing up. And you got trauma bonded with them. We all have traumas in our life. It doesn't mean we bleed it out on other people. Okay? It's not an excuse to hurt and harm. Just because hurt people doesn't make it right. Never said that. I may use that saying, but I don't agree with it. I don't think it's right to bleed onto everybody, all your wounds, all your problems. Take your burdens and throw it on somebody else to figure it out and help you out. No, you don't do that. You figure it out yourself. 29 o'clock. Be your own hero. One more card here. Ephesians 3:17. I pray that Christ may live in your hearts by faith. I pray that you will be filled with love. Amen. It starts inside. It's an internal job. Everything is an internal job. We have to be our own savior in a lot of ways. Christ did die for us. I believe that. Amen. But I believe that he also got up on that cross willingly. We have to heal ourselves willingly. We have to recognize willingly that not everybody is good for us. And sometimes in situations where other people are just going to constantly be over and over again coming back around to, stick it to us in a sense, right? Knowingly or unknowingly, we need to break the chains of that delusion that it was something more than what it actually was. It was a lesson. It was a lesson we needed to learn. 30:30 on the clock. So learn the lesson and move forward. As hard as it is to let this person go, it'll be easier with time. Trust me, time does heal all wounds. When we love ourselves, right, and we recognize our own worth, they can't come back around again to hurt us. Thank you so much for joining us on Empress Aries 888. Please like and subscribe and join my tribe because I'd love to have you. Till next time, be safe, be blessed.